In Yoruba land, a king doesn't just die, he joins the ancestors. But what happens behind the palace walls is more than just mourning. It is sacred, secret, and sometimes controversial process that outsiders are never supposed to witness. From ritual sacrifices to spiritual consultations and even forbidden ceremonies. Today, we are going deep into the mysterious world of royal funerals in Yoruba culture. So, what really happens when a Yoruba king dies? When a Yoruba king dies, an Oba dies, the town doesn't just hear about it right away. Why? Because in traditional belief, a king isn't just a man, he is divine, a living connection between the people and the gods. So when he passes, it must be handled with spiritual precision. The palace chiefs, known as Afobaje or Oyomesi in some kingdoms, meet in secret. They prepare the rituals. The people outside, they continue life, unaware that their king is already gone. Before the king is buried, the traditional priest called Babalawo consults the Ifa oracle. They seek guidance on how the king should return to the spirit world. Every step, from how the body is cleaned to which animals are sacrificed, is dictated by ancient wisdom. Sometimes, the king's favorite items, like his staff or even symbolic wives, are buried with him. In ancient times, there are even whispers of re-human sacrifices, slaves, servants, people believed to serve him in the afterlife. Today, these have largely been replaced by symbolic offerings, but the silence surrounding this rite still makes people wonder. The king is buried in a sacred chamber, not just anywhere, but often inside the palace, or in a hidden tomb reserved only for royals. Only specific people, high-ranking chiefs, spiritual elders, and royal family members can attend. Women, often not allowed. Sometimes these burials happen at night, quiet, mysterious, wrapped in rituals passed down from centuries. In some Yoruba towns, it is said the king must never die in the palace. If he does, misfortune will follow. Once the king is buried, the next challenge begins, choosing his successor. Yoruba kingdoms have royal families called Idile Oba. From these families, eligible princes are selected. But they don't just campaign, they must be approved by the kingmakers and the oracle. But here is where tradition meets controversy. In modern times, money, politics, and power often influence the choice. Sometimes the oracle says one name, but politicians push another. It's not usual for a town to have two men claiming the throne, leading to years of legal battles. To the Yoruba people, the king is more than just a ruler. He is a spirit walking among mortals. Even in death, his presence lingers. Stories tell of kings who never truly died, of obas whose souls reincarnated in newborn princes, of sacred groves where the spirits of past kings still roam. But today, the culture is changing. Some kings are given Christian or Muslim burials. Others blend both worlds. Traditional rites behind closed doors, followed by a church or mosque service in public. So the question remains, are these sacred traditions fading or evolving? What happens when a king dies? It is more than just a funeral. It is a sacred journey filled with rituals, politics, secrecy, and spiritual legacy. Some call it superstition, others call it heritage. But one thing is certain, the death of an Oba is never ordinary. What do you think? Should this ancient tradition be preserved? Or are they outdated in today's world? Let's talk in the comments. And if you love stories about African culture and mystery, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.